Hello, it's Reverend Mitch here and welcome to St Richard's Church. We're really excited to be reopening the church to public worship this Sunday, and I just thought I'd do a little introductory video to let you know what to expect if you do decide to come along this Sunday. A few things are going to be a little bit different from what they have been in the past, so we're going to step inside and see what's new. So the first thing you'll notice as you come into St Richard's is that the doors will be wide open, and we're going to keep the doors and windows open to maximise the ventilation in the church. As you come into the building, we've got hand sanitizer here on the wall, and we would ask you to sanitise your hands as soon as you come into the building. And there's a big sign as you come in to remind you to do exactly that. So we're going to head on into the church now, and as we come in, you'll notice on the floor one of our social distancing markers. This is to remind people that we will need to keep our social distancing from one another, something we've all become very used to over the last few weeks and months. So as we head on into the church, the next thing you'll notice is that every other pew has been closed off. This is to ensure that we can maintain social distancing in the church. As well as the pews being marked off, we've got reminders about social distancing on the floor as well. So once you're in and have taken your seat, the next thing that you'll notice that's different is there will be no order of service to be given to you, no hymn book given to you. All the words for the service will be shown on the screen that will be showing all the liturgy and the words for that you'll need for the service. The next thing that's perhaps going to be very different from what you're used to is when you come up to receive communion. We will be celebrating communion from our nave altar here rather than up at the high altar. And when it's time to distribute communion, I'm going to invite you to come out one at a time out into the nave aisle, and to keeping your distance to queue up to receive communion. So I will be here having consecrated the bread, and I will be distributing the bread of Holy Communion from in front of the nave altar. So you'll simply come up and receive communion from me, and then make your way back to the pew, either by going back round this way or back round that way, depending on which side of the aisle you're sitting on. For your protection and for mine, I will be wearing a plastic visor just for the distribution of communion. So don't be surprised if you see me doing that. That will be a bit different from what you're used to, of course. We're not yet required to wear face coverings in church, but I know a number of people are thinking that they would feel more comfortable if they wore a face covering. If you choose to wear a face covering, that's great, and we would recommend that you consider wearing a face covering. If you get here and decide that you would like to wear a face covering, we will have a box of masks, and we can let you have one if you need one. So hopefully that gives you some idea of what to expect. The other key thing that will be different is that, very sadly, we won't be able to sing in church for the time being. We will have music playing as people arrive and as you leave, and we will also have one or two hymns up on the screen and that we can listen to. But I do hope you'll be able to join us. I'm really looking forward to being able to welcome people back into the church as we gather together after 17 weeks to be able to worship God and to celebrate His goodness among us. So I look forward to seeing you in the coming weeks ahead. God bless.